Hello, my name is McRae. This is our cast of Student StarCraft AI. Got a couple games here today. We'll start with Eric Hammer versus Pathos. Got this suggested by Dan. I said this was a good ZBZ. Pathos, new bot. One of the new guys in our Discord. He's been working at this slowly. Shouts out to him. So we've got a I know he's been working on a Protoss bot as well, but this is Zerg version. I think what I've seen mostly from it so far has just been mostly like Zergling all-in sort of stuff, but this one looks like a 9 pool. Is that a 9 pool? I think it was a 9 pool. With a extractor cancel, putting in some lings. Our camera looks like he went for a 10 hatch maybe. Let me know if this audio volume's too loud. Things coming in, got a drone pull for that. It's the problem when you go 12 hatch, or maybe if this is a 12 pool, you gotta pull all your drones versus a 9 pool to try to save it. Drones are fighting pretty well. Looks like they're drilling a little bit too, which is great. Pretty good. It's actually like no losses at all. This is actually a really bad position for Pathos here, because you basically just gave away all your lings, and you didn't get anything out of it. Your goal there is to actually kill that hatchery, but not really anything out of that. Speed this up a bit. So Eric transferred all of his drones. That's probably fine. You can actually build Sunkens a lot easier if you have all your drones down here anyways. You should always bring like 2 or 3 down once you create natural. Got like a 3 hatch speedling all in, probably building up for Pathos here. This is actually, you gotta respect this as Eric. You gotta just get some Sunkens down at this point. No, he's just making a ton of lings. I don't think he can fight this, but really, when you're on 2 hatch versus a 3 hatch play like this, you really need to get some Sunks down. He's got 3, and that's probably enough, but the position is really not great. What can you do, I guess? This amount of Zerglings needs to be really respected. But at this point, I'm surprised neither Zerg has an Overlord in each other's base to watch. Yeah. Can't really do much there when those Sunks just provide so much power. You have 2 hatchling behind it, basically. At this point, you're just going to be able to get a bunch of mutas out. Spores coming up now? Yeah, looks like we're getting spores up, which is good. It's good timing for it. We did have an Overlord here. Okay, I was blind. So Overlord actually can see that muta timing, get up spores right away. Not the best positioning, but, you know, bots aren't great at understanding that they can just go around these symbols. Huge ling counterattack. This is probably enough to kill all of this, but the mutas come back to help, which is probably not enough to survive the Sunkens. All these drones are dead, yeah. That's a huge loss. And this Ling Flood is now just gonna, on 4 hatch, just overpower any defense until he respects it a little bit more. You can't just keep flying over this way when you can have that many Lings inbound. It's impossible to defend when you have this many Lings just flooding in. You gotta keep these mutas home. You gotta get some Sunks up, get some Lings up, stop making drones. That's another big problem right here. Lost so many drones though, but he keeps making more. Pathos, you have way too many drones too, but that's fine. At this point, it would have been nice to see, instead of this 4th hatch here, probably put a hatch here and get 2 more spores there. Because it's clear that, you know, Bodzers aren't great at breaking spores anyways. And this metal count, this is going to kill this natural. It's completely dead. At this point, it's 3 Vultures. I don't think there's really any comebacks here. It's probably just dead. Yeah, I'm gonna call this one a good game. I don't think these mutas are going to do enough. But these Lings are kind of being a little dumb too, so you never know, I guess. Funny enough that they're actually just grouping up and that they're all going to hit at once and just wipe this out immediately with the mutas over here, so. Hello, chat. I have you guys on the other monitor. Yeah, you can just watch it. People Game sounds louder than my voice? Okay. I thought so. I could hear it almost over myself talking. Is that better? It's probably better. I'm gonna call this one a good game. That's good. Yeah, Pathos, this is good. I would suggest you really want to get another base at some point. And Arik needed to respect it, but Arik's not actively worked on anyway, so. Alright, next game. We have Corona versus Halpan. Corona is Banana Brain Zerg. It's got some interesting Zerg all-in, or Zergling all-ins. Turbo speed casting? Yeah, no. I'll if this doesn't go like more than half an hour, I'm gonna go grab some more games just because gotta have some sort of fun. Is this an 8 racks? Yeah, it's a 4 at 8 racks. How and I think Egbert both do some pretty good 8 racks SCV pulls. Egbert's is actually very dangerous. Is this group stage? No, this is just random games. I'm leaving the group stage for when they actually complete everything and they go over the results. This is just some recommended games. So if you have a recommended game, just throw it in chat there and I'll get to it. So you can see here, we got, yeah, 4 Marines, 5 Marines. This is pretty deadly, especially if you bunker. Like, if you put a bunker here, or even back here, this is really tough to hold. At this point, the Zerg needed to not only stop making drones when he saw this, but he needed to pull all but 4 drones and fight this. But he does survive. I think it was because it was a pool first build, which I think Corona only does like fairly Zergling heavy openers anyways. And this is bad. Like, your barracks still being out here, you better have a factory, and he does. Grant production tab. Vulture can theoretically out micro it and infinitely kill everything, but I think this is a speedless Vulture versus speedlings, which is a pain in the ass to deal with. And the Wraith would be out there to help. Some idle SCVs here. What's going on there? This is also an annoying opener, and this is like a 1-1-1 with the 4 at 8 racks. You got a siege tank coming out. I don't think this is a good idea. I think you're on the map a little too early here. Mutas should be on the way. No? Still making links. You need to make mutas here. Especially because you have Wraith dealing with, you should have, you know, 2 pairs of Scourge out. Making more spores and not making mutas is a bad idea right now. You're just gonna let, like, Terran could right now just take it in a natural and you can't do anything about it. Taking a 4th, it's fine. There's some mutas finally. This tank is just gonna die. There's no reason to have this tank out here. There it goes. It's just bad timing. Yeah. You shouldn't go across map like that. That was a little crazy, but it's fine. I think Terran's in a fine position here. They're able to get all their tech. They're on 2 base. They got an armory out. That armory early enough shows signs that it could be a Goliath build, but then we have 2 starports. So this could just be maybe Valks? I don't know. It's pretty gas heavy. And the unit's just dying because it's trying to kill an eBay. That's a little strange. That's fine. Might be some sort of target prioritization, because killing an eBay is actually not bad. Just prevent turrets going up, which is nice. These mutas could be microed a little bit, but I think at this point, the amount of Goliaths being pumped out is starting to overpower the small trickle of mutas that have been coming in. Way too much minerals coming in for Halpan right now. It needs to... Probably needs some more production here. 3 factory and 2 starport on 3 mining bases is too little. The football game got cancelled, so you get to watch it this week. Imagine linking football. It's January 30th? Yeah, it is. Tomorrow's February or something like that? I don't know. Oh, whoa, hold up. I just gotta go back a second here. That was strange. Watch Corona's production tab. So he's got some weird problem where he doesn't check how many things are in his eggs, maybe. Because he just spat out like 10 drones. It's like, whoa. What is going on here? I mean, the fighting's cool and all, but some of this production is wild here. Yeah, I just grabbed replays off Basil, and I have one of my own as well. Hand egg, yeah, it is hand egg. It's not football. As much as I don't call soccer football, you really shouldn't call hand egg football. At least call it American football. All I know is it's not Tom Brady. And yeah, this push right here, this is just gonna wipe you out. I think Zerg spent a little bit too much time making things that weren't valuable. You're not on Hive Tech. You let Terran get to 3 bases uncontested and then spit out 6 factories worth of Goliaths on, I'm assuming, +1/+1? Yeah. You just don't beat this with layer tech. It's not really possible anymore. The best thing, actually, you know, the best thing to deal with this up until around the 20-minute mark is just mass muta. Like 4 hatcheries, 4 gas mining worth of just pure muta just destroys bot Goliaths. There's nothing you can do. That's like one of the best ways I've found to beat like Willie T. He's got a 5-fact Goliath. Sida's got like a 3-fact Goliath, I think. And it's really tough to beat mass muta when you get armor upgrades faster than they get air attack upgrades or whatever, or mech upgrades. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say that Krona's dead here. 16 times 16 speed of cleanup, which isn't exactly thrilling to watch unless somehow there's some magical comeback here. Then again, the Terran isn't Letabot, it's not gonna get stuck on a ramp. Right? Yeah, no, it's not gonna get stuck. Right? Yeah, it's dead. Alright, cool. That was a good game. Alright, let's see, let's go grab another one. Let's just grab another game to watch. Let's see how Willie T's doing. I've been talking about him, so let's see him. Let's watch a TVT. TVTs are nice. We'll do that. We're done with this game. I have one surprise game at the end. Not really a surprise game. It's just one of my own games. Just because. Wow, that's loud. When you're doing your own cast, I guess you got to cast your own game, right? Ooh, that's unfortunate. That mining path. That's a pain. This is something that bots don't quite understand right now. I don't think most bots understand that if there's mining going behind a patch to how to correct it. So they just get stuck on the same path. I don't think any bot really does it. And yes, I skip my own replay because I'm doing one of my own as an ending replay. MP. Alright, we got typical TVT shenanigans. It's gonna be probably a 1 factory expo. This is just CC first. Rack CC, bunker low ground. Probably make 2 or 3 Marines depending on how Zhao Yi opens. I don't know what Zhao Yi actually opens, but it looks like it's gonna be a couple vultures. You're not going to break this. You should be starting your own command center. You see a bunker here, you do one of 2 things. Either you put down 2 more factories and you go all in, or you make your own command center. And goes his own command center. Doesn't really need the bunker. Could have gone CC first. When you see this bunker, you know that they're not pushing across. LAT goes tanks first, which I do like that. You see vultures. And let me see, is this mines? No, it's just siege tank. So no mines, no vulture speed yet. So no real aggression. Willie T's going really fast. Upgrades though. He's got an armory spinning already with +1, which is really nice to see. That's a very modern thing nowadays. And this tank, really should move this tank forward so you're not sitting there repairing it, or you just don't care about the bunker anymore at this point, really. But Willie T is so far ahead now. He got his 3rd up and running. Snuck that down there. Zhao Yu's not keeping tabs on this. You know, you can keep, you know, a Spider-Man mine or bring Marine over here or something. Yeah, you're not gonna break this. You need to move this barracks over so you get vision here, because I think they are in range, but no vision for both sides here. Siege on siege, siege on siege. What we got back there? Is it... What? What's going on here? Are we getting ghosts? At least he's taking a 4th. Zhao Yu's looking to just continue his siege of this natural. Wait to see what happens with his dropship. I think he was sending it up here, but I think he actually is going to probably go for a drop here. Probably got some Goliaths or something in here. Yeah, Zhao Yu, I thought it was a little smarter than this, but this is just like sitting on 2 base. Any upgrades? It's got +1, but Willie T's on almost on +2. That's really good to see. +2 2-shot in tanks is pretty powerful. I'm thinking it, like I'm wondering if it's gonna be a nuke, but I don't see any ghosts in production. But you see ghosts potentially, right? So I'm waiting for some nuclear silos here. Nuclear? It's just SV shuttles, which get called sometimes, but then canceled. Okay, so it was probably some sort of goal to go and expand up here or something. Where's Hans? I saw a game of him versus Kangaroo Bot I was gonna cast, but unfortunately Kangaroo Bot won, and I don't want to give MP that sort of ego boost. Oh my god. See, this is why Terran vs. Terran sometimes is great, and sometimes just like, what is going on? Oh, here we go. I love to see this. It would be better if this was either 4 vultures or 4 Goliaths. You don't really want to do a drop with a tank if it's just 1 tank. If you're gonna do a tank drop, you bring like 4 dropships. That was decent, but you know, if you have 4 tanks up here sieged, that base is gone probably, and it's really hard to do something about it. Or if, you know, bring 4 tanks back here sieged, right? Like what does Terran do? But you know, these are human type thinking rather than bot thinking. At this point, I just feel like Willie T is just gonna outmine him, and this is just gonna be Zhao Yu sitting on 2 bases, sieged right here, doing nothing for the next 15 minutes. Your SC clusterfuck caused turret failure. Oh, over here? Yeah, my suggestion with that, and this is something I do with my bot, is when you're trying to build some sort of defense in here, anything that's sort of along a mining path here, force them to just spam a gather command. Because then you lose mining for like 30 frames or something, or 60 frames, but then you get your building structure up and then you can start building again. So yeah, you just force any miners that are within a path of it. Now result? Okay, that's good, yeah. You don't count Protoss wins? Yeah, it was just your goons A moving, so, you know, it wasn't exactly thrilling. Oh no! They want to get over here, but they don't understand they can't. Like if they have jetpacks. Oh, did I miss a drop? I think I did. That's fine. Oh yeah. Drop over here. Just put some siege tanks here. And yeah, Zhao Yu bled out. Really not impressed with that. I thought it would be better. I'm really surprised it never took a 3rd. How does it... Wait, hold up. It brought its main CC over here. It didn't take a 3rd, but it'll bring the main CC. I can't, stupid. Alright. Well, that was a good game. I like your opening a lot here, just because getting that modern sort of style of fast upgrades, and knowing that if they're going vulture, you put a bunker, you tank, get fast upgrades. It's just a good. I think it's also just good to do this against bot Terran, because bot Terrans love vultures. Just max expand while being sieged. Yeah. What are you gonna do? How do you even stop this? That was a pretty good game. I like the drops. The drops are really nice. You're better off if you're gonna do a drop. Send like 4. Just pick a couple dropships instead. It'll be so devastating. It takes Willie T forever to break out against the tank contain. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to break a tank contain, especially when it's, you know, a circle around your choke. You can't really do much about that. Yeah, that Dan's right. Like that type of siege contain is ending because if they're smart, they just go and take a third, and then if that contain is still there, they go take a fourth, and you're just behind. But the fact that you're able to take a third, somehow you snuck that out, and a fourth, and then a fifth and a sixth. It's not really anything you can do. All right, I'm gonna go to my game now. This is a disclaimer. This is an old version of Banana Brain. I just like this version because it's not quite as strong as his current ladder version, but it still uses all the tech. So I can at least see like some more late game sort of play with this. And you might have seen, I put a clip of my Zergling surrounds. This was from this game. This is a local version of my bot that I'm working on. This is a version that started integrating some pretty serious Zergling surrounds to deal with zealot run-bys and namely just Dragoons. Just Dragoons are so annoying, right? But I think with really good Zergling surrounds, those Dragoons are not going to be too much of a problem in the future, hopefully. Tsumu, Iron, Side are all better because they use Wraith and repair stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's just bot abuse, right? They know that they can get value out of poking with Wraiths and Vultures, but with more modern stuff like getting fast upgrades and getting, siege tanks when you see Vulture play and getting a faster expand, I think you're gonna do much better off because you could do like a mid-game push off of like 3 or 4 factories with +1 or ideally +2/+1, and it's really, really tough for bot Terran to deal with that when they just have Wraiths and Vultures. And yeah. All right, so you see here, this was a 10 hatch. See, this is me transferring those 2 drones over. I saw the 2 gates and started sunken right away. Is this a Schnell or bot game? This is just my local version of this. This is me as a Zerg, my bot. I don't know why I named it Zergy Boy, but I forgot to change it. So anyways, yeah, this is my 2 hatch opener. I make, depending on whether I see a 10-12 or a 9-9, I make a certain amount of lings. In this case, with 10 lings, so I saw a 10-12, I think, or a 9-9. I don't know, it's up to 12. So I saw a 9-9, 2 sunkens, because I'm going 2 hatch opener. I don't have a 3rd hatch in main. And Banana Brains always tries with his zealots to go past the sunkens and fight up here. And he actually kills all the lings usually if he gets that, and then just kills all your drones. So this is like, that's a really good 2-gate pressure. And knowing that his sort of zealot pressure is enough that he can just go tech off of this. His 2-gate builds are fantastic. Any Protoss players that are, looking to like Pathos, I know you said you have a Protoss bot. I would look to see how he does his builds. He's got 2-gate, he's got enough zealots to apply pressure, but he's also got enough that he can stay home and defend if he needs to. And then he goes immediately into a Stargate. And the timing of this is really deadly. Like this Stargate arrives as like it's killing Corsairs. And see here again, another zealot run by attempt. But the lings, the way they work is they just make like a box around the zealots, and then they assign the closest lings to the furthest position of where they want to go. So the zealots wanting to come up my ramp this way. So the closest Zergling is going up the hill to block. So instead of fighting, they actually run past instead. So you can see it again here. They actually run past to stop them moving uphill. It fails a little bit here, but that's fine. Around this time, my Spire's almost done. And see, Banner Brain, what he does with his zealots. Corsairs here before my mutas even start. We got a zealot in our main as well. But mutas are on the way. I have a pair of Scourge hatching. I've lost an Overlord. About to lose a 2nd Overlord. Clean up the zealot, clean up the Corsairs, and I've lost 3 Overlords already. So at this point, this amount of pressure that Banana Brain sustains here is crazy. But then he starts to bleed the Corsairs. That's a huge problem. That's his only anti-air right now, and his cannons are too late. Zealots, or the mutas are here. The cannons will get killed or canceled, and my mutas are gonna probably kill most of this probe line here. They get a little distracted here. That was stupid. I could have just killed all of this, but instead got distracted by the Corsairs. It's okay. I run these mutas away because they're low health. And when I'm fighting Corsairs with my mutas, whichever one the Corsair's targeting, I move it out of the pack. Usually. It depends on how many Corsairs they have and whether it's important to just kill something instead. So you can see here, this one moves out of the pack. And then the Scourge. Oh, the Scourge dodging of Banana Brain's so good. He runs always to his cannons. It's really good stuff. The only thing I'd like to see from Banana Brain is his Corsairs need moving shot, and they need to stop doing this little micro thing like they're Mutalists. But again, this is an old version. I don't know how his new version works. Although I think it's his COG version. But yeah, his Corsairs don't really do much. He just makes a lot of them and keeps them alive fairly well. He doesn't lose them to Scourge or anything, which is good. Losing Corsair to Scourge is just demoralizing, and when you have like, what, I have like 3 right now, it's pretty tough to keep up. So what have I done in the meantime? So the mutas have killed a couple workers, but man, these Corsairs. So my mutas, the pressure's kind of gone now. He's still pumping Corsairs, probably up to 6 or 7, yeah. No +1 for either ground or air yet, which is not ideal, but it's fine. So I've taken a 3rd. I have logic in my bot that it tries to make hatcheries where there's less drones. And then, you know, I try to hatch as much stuff over here as possible to help defend. Actually bring some Hydras over and they'll sit here on this ramp and protect it until the Hydra upgrade's complete. So right now I'm getting speed and then I get a range, so you can see here as well. I've changed it so that the Hydras don't sit here, they'll actually sit down here and they'll split up. So right now I have, you know, 2 bases unguarded essentially. Like these are my 2 pressure points, and I'll actually move half of my Hydra forces between the 2. Taking a 4th. Really, Banana Brain could have canceled this 4th if he marched across. This is a timing here, I would say, where because I'm transitioning into Hydras so late, which is something I know that I do badly, it really should have been that he moves across. Corsairs fighting mutas again, but now the Hydras are out to help. Really shouldn't be taking that fight. You're losing a lot of Corsairs here again. Killing my mutas doesn't really do much right now. Killing your Corsairs is more problematic. I can hatch, you know, 12 Mutalists if I really want to, because you lose all your Corsairs, but right now you can see it amassing Hydras. You shouldn't be losing your Corsairs if possible. And this concave here, this is something that I've been working on as well. A lot of concave work, and these Hydras just do not care to go uphill. They're going to let you come down into the Sunkens. Still massing Hydras. 2 Sunkens there, got 1 here. I should add a 2nd one here. My bot's a bit too greasy with how many drones it makes. Make some more Corsair, or make some more Scourge, fight the Corsairs. It's fine. Banner Brain in the meantime up to 3 base, 4 bases now. This is a greedy. I think this is a bad decision, just because you've now are spending money on probes, cannons, pylon, and Nexus, when this could have been more gateways. You're still on 5 gates. I don't know how that does, honestly. I don't think 5 gates is all that great when you have no Storm. You have Reavers on the way, but I have Mass Hydra. Sending in some DTs. Really need Storm, though. Wasting those DTs is bad. Going up to Lurker Tech here as well. The Lurker Tech's good, but my Lurkers are stupid, so you get to watch my terrible Lurkers dive under vision and then die immediately, so that's always cool. Trying to defend this base. Probably could have killed it, but I guess my combat sim said, no, let's not do this. Yeah, in the meantime, I know he had sent some DTs somewhere on the map. Got some Hydras denying potential expansion up here. Got Zerglings burrowed. This base down here, I think that's dead. My bot will send a quarter of its forces at each Nexus. So there's a small group of Hydras and Lings. Just kill your Nexus and then kills whatever's on the ramp. More intercepting of forces trying to go south to defend. Lose those Hydras, it's not a big deal. I think I take a pretty bad engagement here, and again, it's because my Lurkers are so bad. They just burrow and then unburrow after like shooting after a couple shots here, and then they burrow again and then unburrow. This Reaver back here just pumps so much. Scarab dodging's okay. It's tough to get good scarab dodging. lose the Reaver, which is a huge problem. Like, at this point, you'd think that losing a Reaver after 18 minutes is not a big deal, but when that's your only source of splash damage, it's problematic. Especially when someone's just going mass Hydra. Like, there's no... I don't think any Hive tech out. I don't have Defilers. It's just pure Hydra at this point. Random fights breaking out just everywhere at this point. And they kill 3 Zealoth and die, yeah. I've been trying to work Defilers into my game, but they're hard to use other than in versus Terran. Versus Terran, it's a lot easier. Versus Protoss, I don't know. I think this push here lets me kill off... Oh yeah, this base down here. So again, around a quarter of my forces are sent down here. This looks like half because it's killing this one and this one. So probably pulled about half the forces down here. More bleeding of lurkers. It's pretty much just a sign that, you know, it's my bot if I'm bleeding a ton of lurkers. At this point, I'm still bleeding a lot of forces. Bannerbrain's still healthy here, especially if he keeps this in this base. You know, he's on 2 mining bases versus, what, 3, 4? It's starting to look really bad just because you keep losing this base, and I haven't had to build any defenses or defend this or this base once this game. And then this push, yeah, my Hydras will focus next is... it'll just kill them. It doesn't care if there's other things to kill. Killing the building is so important. Bleed a ton of units on the bridge, of course. Kill off this base up here. Again, you know, about a quarter of the forces go up here to kill that. We got High Templars out, but I think it's too late at this point. You really need them a bit earlier, especially because it lets you not build so many goons if you don't want to. You can build more Zealots. Zealots plus High Templars is probably better than goons versus Hydras at this point. Especially when I'm on, like, I don't know, 10 hatcheries or something crazy. I don't know, I probably needed more. I'm already floating 4,500 minerals, but I think I have, what, 9, maybe? It's not bad. It was good. It was this was a game that I wanted to show just because it was a pretty good macro game. But Bannerbrain's pressure early on is incredible. His bot is so good at doing 2-gate and 1-gate pressure. The amount of pressure that he supplies with just initial Zealots and then the follow-up tech hits at such critical timings, it's really difficult to deal with. And I don't think any other Protoss bots do it as well as him. Like, a lot of Protoss bots are, you know, they're goons or they, you know, play Forge Expanse, but there's not many that play this one base tech style as well as he does right now. I think that's what he's got over the other bots right now. At least in PvZ. He's doing them really well. And yeah, just speed up the cleanup. Not really a whole lot going on here. Yeah, killing him off. So yeah, thought I'd show off this game. This is an interesting local game from what I've been working on. Nothing crazy. Small performance improvements as well. And yeah, let's see if we can grab another game just because we have time. Let's see. I like to go down here and look at these things. Let's look at Garmbot. Let's see what he's been up to. Chris Cox of Protoss. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got really good. I'd say the Chris Cox of Protoss is, that's really hard to say, by the way, is Woolybot. Woolybot is just 5 gateways of Zealots, basically. That's like the extent of where he goes. Let's see. Hans versus Garmbot. I don't know. I want to see some wildness. Yeah, okay. Garmbot's hilarious to look at always. He's always got these crazy, you know, 8 bases and like 12 drones though for somehow. He's got like 20 Guardians, a Devourer. He's got like 3 Ultralisks and 16 Hydras. Like, it's just wild what he's done. This is probably one of my favorite bots in terms of just like, it's not quite a meme, but it kind of is. Like, this was like a 10 hatch or something. And then this looks like a pool. Tons of drones. And then he goes and just takes like a third at some point, probably. Yeah, there it is. It's like, screw it. Just gonna take a third. He's probably gonna send another drone out to your 4th. These zealot with these marines. Oof. That's painful. No, Zerglings, defend. Oh no, what are the Zerglings doing? Suiciding to his base, I guess. So he's gonna lose his natural and his hydrogen, but it's okay. He's got another base over here. He's got oh, the constant flood of units forward. He's gonna lose his main, but it's okay. He'll just make this main. Constantly sending marines, which don't want to necessarily attack. Some hydras, piecemealing things out. Probably not a good idea, but well, 1 hydra versus 20 marines. Yeah, that's a good decision. He's gonna lose this base now. That's okay. He's got this base. It's like, so it's a whack-a-mole game. Yeah, that's literally what Garmbot is. This game was crap. Now he's stuck trying to get this overlord. he's got no minerals. Yeah, that's the type of game I want to finish on. Yeah, that's amazing. Watching ghosts do like 4 damage a shot to hatcheries. That's good. Well, thanks for joining, guys. This was my version of the Student StarCraft AI tournament report. Just thought I'd do a little surprise one, just because everyone was a little busy with some personal life, so thought I'd lend the hand.